Today, me and a couple of friends decided to grade all openings for Attack on Titan on melody, theme, and visuals. And at the very end, we're going to crown one of these 6 openings the best one out of all of them. So make sure to stick around at the end to see the result. Also, before the video begins, I just want to say that only 1.8% of my viewers are actually subscribed, so if you're not subscribed, please consider it. It motivates me and it tells me that you guys are enjoying this content so I can keep on making more. That's it. Enjoy the video.
Sevens across the board.
Okay.
The board. Okay.
Okay.
Across the board. All 3 columns. 7 plus 7 plus 7 divided by 3. 7. We got a 7 as a total score.
Damn.
Tell you what, I think the song is decent. It's a really good song. Definitely one of the best ones out of all 6. So I'll give it a 7 because it's definitely not the best. The visuals is pretty good. It brings in the new viewer. You know, it introduces them to this world, keeps them intrigued. So there's a 7 because it's nothing too flashy either. A little bit lazy in some parts, if I do say so myself. And the theme, it keeps pretty consistent with the theme of freedom, of fighting against these titans, fighting for this nation and survival. It's a 7. It's nothing too crazy, but it's not like terrible either. It's just a 7.
I would give the song an 8. Alright, I really do think the song is good because think about it. It just starts like they're all in the beginning. They're just all standing there like dead eyes. They're not sure, and the song just slowly building up. It keeps building up. Like it closes in on Aaron's face, kind of to represent his desire to actually beat the Titans after what happened to him. So my favorite thing about the song is just how it builds up after a certain point. Like it just keeps going, and then it turns into all the fighting that we eventually see after a few episodes. The visuals, they're pretty good. And the song, I mean, there's a reason it's so iconic. It's dramatic. It fits the tone of the dramatic tone of the first season.
Yeah. Well, what's the total though? That's what we need to know.
What's the total?
8.
A little bit of mental math.
No, you gotta add them together. It's a composite.
I don't have a total.
Okay then. Then sure, that's a high number already. But all right. Okay, let me sell you on mine.
I don't have notes, so 8.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Go, Matthew.
Let me sell you on mine. I'm gonna list them out. 7, but 6. All right, listen.
So
Melody,
6 for theme.
fucking-
6 for theme.
6 for the theme. Yeah.
Okay, go.
Let me list it out. The melody. Having sex with the bees and eagles. Banger. All right. It's a meme. You got it. That's what you thought like before. Like basically, you play that theme, Attack on Titan. You know it. All right. Visuals. I'm pretty sure they basically fucking took some clips of the anime, pulled out of JoJo's by showing off manga pages. It's like it's good. You know. That's the 7. It's a good. But it's not going any further, you know? It's just kind of stuck. That's why the melody's up there. It's just good. But then the theme, it went down. You know why? I have no clue what the fuck's going on. It's like, there's titans, there's people jumping, they got some weird gear. I'm watching that for the first time, no clue what's going on. I just see ugly faces and this one kid who wants to kill a lot of titans. I get the theme, but it's just, yeah, it's tough, you know? That's a 6.66666666666.
Okay.
All right.
Like devilish. What a devilish rating.
Melody, 8 out of 10. Visuals, 6 out of 10, and theme, 5 out of 10. All right. For melody, why isn't it 8 out of 10? Simply because the first few seconds of the song, it's just filled with emotion, passion. And you know, like the rock and roll genre just fits it perfectly, you know. For the visuals, a 6 out of 10 because I mean, they used this is kind of similar to Matthew. Like they ripped some pages out of the manga. Like the one scene where like the dude is doing a backflip, just doesn't feel correct. I
True.
don't know. Like
True.
it's just like what
That's
the
like
fuck.
a monkey flip though. That's why I gave it an extra point.
I mean, in my opinion, that like monkey flip just doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. Like it doesn't work. And at the very end, like that corny like cut scenes of like Eren, Armin, and Mikasa like in that one frame where they're just cut in. Like for me, I just lose interest. And finally, for the theme, like it doesn't really like the only thing it reveals is like it's humanity against Titans. It's an all-out war, but it doesn't really reveal like it doesn't introduce you or give you hints towards the trust arc or the training camp arc. So I just I just find it mediocre. 6.33333. That's the average. Yeah.
I do like how it opens up with like kind of a
The
how
guitar.
it's called, like kind of an anthem. What's it called? Because it's like it's showing like how they're fighting for peace, but then and then after that's when they're on the battlefield. That's when the guitar riff kicks in. So and the guitar riff just kicks ass. It's so awesome. So what's it called? I do like how it does show Eren's face covered in blood. That one scene, it shows how he's seen a lot of death. He's been through a lot after the trust arc.
He's been through hell.
You remember he was so naive. Like he was I'm gonna kill every single Titan. He goes into battle and he's scared out of his mind. So like he knows what it's like now. He's seen it before. Another thing that was pretty cool. Well, I don't know. I thought it was neat that it focused more on new characters in like the middle part of it, in the forest part, which is kind of neat. So I'd say the song itself is pretty good. The visuals they're definitely not as good as the first one. Like they did spend a lot of time on the equipment. They definitely there wasn't as like much symbolism with this one, but I think it's still pretty cool. And what else did I say? It's pretty good. So I think it's pretty good. I'll give it a 6.
All right, let me give you some layman's perspective over here. All right, the melody.
Go on.
Man, you know it's a good melody when the song just forces you to do something. Like you just have to salute when you listen to this. Like it's just almost impossible. You're basically actively trying to resist saluting to this. That's why it's a good melody. The other ones, you're vibing out, but you're just not doing anything. I'm telling you, the next ones that are coming up, they're gonna elicit some action. That's why Sasageyo, you gotta salute. That's why it's an 8, right? It's not as good as it's not a perfect masterpiece because there's just some parts where it's just like it feels like dead air, but when you get to the good points, that's when it's just like it just peaks. For the visuals, man, I gotta say I like the action scenes, the fucking cool purple scene, the cool almost like frozen cutoff scene, the big monkey. God, I'm so scared of that big monkey. But the theme though, I'm confused. What's going on with the big monkey? He's got a giant beluga whale, T-Rexes, lizards. I'm confused. Still though, they got some good themes inside of the saluting. Saluting toward your hearts. Sasageyo's give out your hearts. It's pretty good with the theme. So that's a 7. Overall, good 8. It's a good 8.
It's a better step up from the first opening for sure. And when it gets to the part of Sasageyo, like it's not like the second opening which starts with the anthem. This opening really blends it in with the entire song and makes like a smooth, easy in and out transition that just hypes you up and gets you ready for the anime. Visuals 8 out of 10 because step up from the second one that had a lot of CGI. And how everything most of this was like hand drawn and it was just beautiful. The way it transitioned from one scene to another, the fucking like colossal titan thing when he like threw rocks at everyone, that was just amazing. Like and when they're on the horses, beautiful. And for the theme, again, 8. I would have given this like probably a 9 because like the reason I gave it an 8 was because like in some scenes it does kind of spoil or it does put like scenes from like the final episodes.
Okay, for me, the theme it was definitely a step up from the last two. It's good. It includes more like relevant information to what's currently going on, and it's open to like a little bit of speculation. But I gave it a 7. It would have been an 8 because it's nothing too crazy either. But I gave it a 7 because although the animals at the end, like I guess they could represent like the outside world, it just confuses the fuck out of me, and I don't know why they're there. I just don't really understand. Like it's cool looking, but I don't really get it, and I don't understand why they're with the Beast Titan like specifically.
Cause he's a beast.
He's a monkey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Big
I guess.
The T-Rex.
Like the red thing inside of everyone.
It's their hearts.
Their heart.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
because-
guess it's their hearts, but why do the animals do? The animals
yeah,
just confuse
Forgot
me.
to mention that.
Cause animals have hearts, man.
Big
No,
monkey
fuck
has
them
big
animals,
heart.
dude.
Big monkey
The
has
hearts.
big heart.
What?
Visuals are nice. The visuals are just really good. I mean, there's nothing else to say. Like everything's been touched on. Like the visuals, the fight scenes, the colossal titan, Eren
Yeah,
getting thrown by Mikasa. That's just a 9. And then the melody, I'll give it. I'll give it. I'll give it an 8. I'll give it an 8 because it's just like a good song.
Yeah.
Very very fantastic.
It's a 7 across the board. Okay? Look. For the melody, I would have given it an 8, but it's a 7 because compared to like the last one, like in my opinion, this is like what I remembered when I saw this. It was a huge
Wrong.
letdown for me. Because look, what I expected for this season, for the opening, was something similar to the other ones. You know, something with rock that gets your like, that gets you hyped up for what's coming. That's what I thought, but it didn't, so I gave it a 7. Right?
But it subverts your expectations and will make it so good.
I mean.
It's the theme of the arc.
Look, for visuals, I would have given this like I would have given this an 8. Like okay, look, call me a nitpicker all you want, but that scene where like Levi looks up dramatically, I just fucking hated that scene. Just made me cringe on the inside.
He lives in the fucking underworld. Of course he wants to look up.
Dude, like
That's the only way he can get out of the fucking underworld.
I don't care. I just find that scene very cliche, and I don't like it. I just hate it. Okay, that's just my.
Okay, go on.
That's just my little nitpick for the visuals. Everything else is just beautiful, you know, the way it contrasts, like, because most of this arc dwells in, you know, like in flashbacks, like Erwin's one, Levi's of course,
Historia's, Eren's.
yeah, Historia's.
It's literally everyone's.
Yeah, it's
flashback.
literally Historia's complicated. Like this is where. Wait, let me change something. Okay, yeah, never mind. Like this is where like most of the characters, like I would say, like most of the secondary characters get a big spotlight on them, and you know they really shine, which I really appreciate, and and for theme I changed it to 7 to 9 because because like now that I think about it, like for the theme it fits perfectly. As I said, all the secondary characters get their spotlight. They really get a good character development, and it really becomes a story of like this group of people instead of just the story of Eren, which I really like, because you know you get more perspectives into the story, and it feels nice. It feels refreshing.
Sure.
So wait, so overall.
Can I go next? So, in contrast to what Rodrigo said about, this is just my opinion, that he said that he expected the opening to be similar to the first 2 seasons. I disagree, since this season is very different tonally to those first two seasons. Well, what I mentioned earlier about the human versus human conflict, also with this season focusing more on characters, such as like also focusing more on side characters, Levi, Historia, Erwin, showing their past. I thought that was really something that opening represented really well. Like you could just tell that this one's gonna be more character focused than the others just by the opening. So next is like the visuals, which show a lot. The main thing that's shown here is, well, the first thing is Eren, Armin, and Mikasa being together. It's important. This is the last time there will be kind of like a trio in the opening, since every opening after this, well, I don't know. Like I kind of said my point there.
Yeah.
This is the last time they're a trio, and that's because Eren loses his innocence after this, shown by that one shot of him just standing there, his past self, showing what he wanted to become, a scout. He loses that innocence around this season.
This may very well be the most controversial statement of the video.
69.
But, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Red Swan, opening 4 of Attack on Titan, gets 10s across the board. In my opinion, this is the ultimate
So brave. So brave.
It's a bold opinion.
I am a pioneer for Red Swan. I will advocate for its greatness, and I will never stop. This is
amazing.
A fantastic opening. Let's start it off with the melody. Matthew said it perfectly. You want to cry. It makes you feel those emotions that the visuals accompany so well. It's just beautiful. And no, that's it. That's literally it. It's just beautiful. Nostalgia, all of that. Visuals, I think the visuals are great. Even though they're like you said, there's some still shots in there. I think it all fits very nice with like the musical progression and all of that. And there's just some like really cool scenes. I like the scene with Krista and her sister, and like whatever the fuck blue shit in the background is. I think it's kind of cool. It just looks, it's visually appealing. I think it looks cool. And the theme, this is probably the biggest part. I would give it an 11 out of 10, but to like not, you know, I want to adhere to the rules here. So we've got a lot of like parental figures here that sort of play a big role, and the opening, you know, displays that pretty well. It shows everyone's, you know, parental figure. There's obviously always the theme of freedom with Eren flying through the air. Nostalgia is a really big part of it. It makes you feel like nostalgic for the old days that they wanted back and that Hannes wanted before, you know, he got fucking... Never mind. And then the loss of innocence is a really important part of this. The scene where Big Eren is looking across the sea, and then the little boy Eren comes, bumps into him, and is sort of like distraught at what he sees. I won't go too deep into that because I have superior knowledge, and I'll just, you know, I'll let that like come out when it comes out. Melody, I think this is just Sasageyo Part 2, like, which makes it, in my opinion, better. I think it's definitely different, but the like faster pace of it, I think I like it a little more. So that's a 9. The visuals, like, it's super obviously just a 10. Like, there's not even anything to say. It's just obviously a 10. The colors, the paint splashes, it's just all great. The shots are really good too. The theme is lackluster a little bit. I'd give it a 7 though, because there are a few interesting things in it. Obviously, you've got the basement, the birds, but to me, probably the most interesting thing is the coffee grinder.
Interesting.
Because coffee
Coffee doesn't
exist
exist.
inside the walls.
Yeah, exactly.
So I can't
Yeah.
say any more because again, my family members. But
Okay.
you know,
So
you know where I'm going with that.
Yeah. So what's your final score for it?
8.66.
8.
Listen, this one, really consistent. I got 9s all across the board for this one. 9 on the melody. Sasageyo, but better? Goddamn, sign me up. I get Sasageyo an 8, plus 1 right there, 9. You got the visuals of the color splashes, the fucking blue, the reds. It's like candy to my eyes. I can literally just like turn off my eyes and then just look at all these colors just like flashing there. It's beautiful. Then you got the themes. It's goddamn, I don't know what to say. It's super thematic. You got what did you send?
I just thought I'd share that.
You got some pretty good themes in there. You got like a lot of symbolism with Reiner Bertholdt. Got the monkey man himself. You got the birds. You got the sand. What's beyond? You know, it's it just so I'm leaving you with more. And this is like the OP that like has like a 1-year break in between. So like you're basically stuck watching this OP, eagerly waiting for what's next. Like this is running through. So I'm gonna say solid 9.
Alright.
Well,
Alright. I just want to go from the beginning. It opens up, big explosion. The song, it's the first part of the first opening, and then it's just a great way to grab your attention. Right. Then it reels you back in, showing slow motion of the fight that's gonna go down. And it's similar. I know I'm repeating myself because it's similar to what the first OP and Sasageyo did. They build up at first, and then they start ramping up around the middle. So what it does here is after the explosion, it shows slow motion of the battle that's about to come, showing the both sides of the war, showing Bertholdt and Reiner, and then showing the scout. A good detail about that is how it shows Bertholdt and Reiner at first outside on the wall, campfire, and then they're ready to fight, facing each other's back, ready to go in, which is really a good detail in this. So the song keeps ramping up until it reaches the point where the battle is going down, and it just kind of shows you that this is what the entire series is, taking the wall. So, shit, I can't get my thoughts together. You guys have notes.
Pretty good though. Like that's a pretty good analysis.
Yeah, it's
so
pretty.
far.
Yeah, it's pretty good analysis. Yeah.
I'm thinking. I lost my thoughts. Give me like 5 seconds. To the big fight, showing all the soldiers, showing one shot that I really like, where it shows a shot of the armored titan, and then it shows a shot of Armin waking up. Armin's the armored titan, but it also like foreshadows the fact that after he transformed, he woke up in the jail cell. The color scheme is really, really nice. The music, it's the color scheme. A kind of nice, a cool detail that I noticed is that everything inside the walls is kind of like a dim-ish color, but then everything else is like bluish. Shows like what's outside of the walls is better. Something along.
Damn, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah,
I can't phrase that. But like, yeah, it's like the dim colors of the wall, the interior itself, and the bright bluish colors of the sky. Mm, the theme itself, yeah, the theme itself, it has this dramatic thing for a season where everyone's just about to go into a big battle. People are gonna die. Yeah, people are gonna die. Shit's gonna go down. And yeah, so based off that, I would give it maybe an 8.5.
8.5, okay.
For me, melody 10, a great song. But also that might be because I'm like a sucker for orchestra and like piano and all of that. And like the vocals are really nice too. So that's a 10 for me. And I like how it says monster repeatedly.
Oh no,
and
it doesn't say monster.
zooms in.
It's not monster.
No, it does.
No.
It 100% does.
No,
Does it not?
no. It like I watched the video of like the composer and like the misconceptions, and it says like Rustis instead of monster.
What the fuck does that even mean?
It's
What
a-
is rusted?
And like that like no like of course I'm not pronouncing it right because it's Japanese. But the point is that
Scooby-Doo.
but my point is that like he's not saying monster. He's saying something else in Japanese.
Dude, but how cool would it be if it did say monster?
If it
Like,
did, then it would have been amazing.
Okay, it doesn't. That still doesn't change my rating. I think 10 there. Visuals, I'm conflicted because I like them, but they're like very repetitive. So
Yeah.
I'll give it an
Yeah.
8. Theme is 10. Theme 10.
For the melody, it's an absolute 10. The lyrics like really fit with like the whole like I'm gonna talk about melody and theme at the same time because they really go hand in hand in this opening. Like the lyrics when it says like my war and like you are the real enemy, like it really speaks about Eren because like how Alice said like Eren, this is Eren's war. He is you could say he is going to become the enemy of the whole entire world because he's becoming very selfish. And he's distancing himself from the scouts so he can accomplish his wish. He is right now truly all alone, because like in that like reunion scene with Armin, like even though he extended his arm to help him,
The dead eyes.
like the dead and
Mm.
cold facial expression just really says like you just fucked up, dude. I can't see you the same way. Like he doesn't see him as a friend anymore. Like only Mikasa because of their like because of their past and everything. But Armin, nah, he's out. Yeah, so that's why melody and theme absolute 10. But for the visuals, I gave it a 7 out of 10 because a lot of the scenes do repeat themselves, and I'm not I'm not like very happy with like the like explosion colors that they chose. Like I know it's trying to illustrate war and this sort of thing, but like I just found it repetitive and quite annoying, and just compared to the other openings like the fourth, no sorry, with the fifth one, how like how they said it, like how inside the walls it's very dim and dark and the outside is just colorful. This opening just doesn't represent the color, like how color is very important to the openings, so that's why I just gave it a 7 out of 10.
For the melody, I'm vibing hard. Like this is a really good one. But the only problem I have here is just I don't feel the same thing that Sasageyo comes out with, that Red Swan comes out with. I'm vibing, but I don't feel a sense of fear or a sense of joy, a sense of sadness. It's just like just a really good song to start off with. Gets me hyped up for the episode, but it's just the song itself is just, I don't know. It's kind of missing that essential part, but I gotta admit, it's one of the best of the best. So that's a 9 for me. The visuals, this is eye candy to me, man. I can literally just watch this just like on loop. I don't know what about it, but I can just like lay back and see these visuals. I love the fucking explosions, the fucking rigid features, the muted colors because it's war, the fucking birds, the airships. It's all just so cool to me. I can just watch this. It's beautiful. The only thing. It's the only reason it's going down is because Ala's right. You don't even know if this is Attack on Titan anymore. This can be literally anything else.
Yeah.
The eye candy though still brings it up. The theme, man, I don't even know what's gonna happen. It's only like what, episode 8, but so far every part of the OP has been true to the theme of the arc. It's crazy out there. I gotta give that a 10 out of 10. It's beautiful. I'm even noticing right now, like watching it again, there's a lot of like references to like nuclear warfare, because like Eren has the ability to cause a rumbling. The Marley has like the power of like the entire world on their hands. This is basically going back to nuclear warfare. You can even see in some of the scenes, there's basically like an outhouse and a giant nuke, almost like nuclear test sites.
Yeah.
Same thing with like the rumbling on going with the Titans falling down. It's crazy. I gotta say the theme is just beautiful on this one. That tallies up to a 9.
9. Okay, so opening 1, 6.25. Opening 2, 5.5. Opening 3, 8. Opening 4, 9. Opening 5, 9, and opening 6, 9.
Wow.
Man.
So yeah,
3 9 straight
yeah.
up.
So Red
Are
Swan.
we gonna end with a 3-way tie?
I mean,
This is tough.
I
We
mean,
gotta end
look,
this tie.
as I said earlier, I will
What's
always
that?
advocate for Red Swan supremacy, but I don't know.
Okay,
is that yikes?
this is tough, man.
Okay, but can we at least decide in between the 5th and 6th, in between My War and the Crazy Color one, which one is better?
Oh, I think opening 5.
I'd say My War. Definitely
I'd
My War.
say opening 5.
I agree with you.
I'd just say My War has the better song. Opening 5 has the better visuals.
But at the end, who do you go down to? Opening 5 or opening 6? Because we
I
can't.
go 6.
Because we can't end in a 3-way tie.
I'd go 6. Ala, you can make a tie, or you can be the tiebreaker.
I would give it a 6. I would go to 6 as well, but I really want to I would really want like this final season to finish. So then because like that's when like all the information is out and you can appreciate the opening more at its fullest.
That is true, but I'll be honest, I'm more biased towards 6. I just like that one more.
All right, it's
Yeah,
fine.
let's go.
Yeah.
All right, so it's OP6 or OP4 then.
Okay, so now, Red Swan or My War? All right, between opening 4, Red Swan, and opening
Red
6, My War, which do you prefer?
It's hard.
You can think about it, and
We're stuck between it.
We're stuck between it. It's a deadlock. We need your opinion to make it the tiebreaker.
I think my vote's going to the 3rd OP. The 4th OP. I think it's overall better.
Let's go. All right,
Is that a decisive victory?
a decisive victory for the Red Swan gang. Let's go.
go.
So
Oh, Emmy, what would you have chosen?
yeah, I mean, what were you choose? Yeah,
This is the most controversial opinion out of all of them.
Yeah, this is the most controversial opinion out of all of them. My War, like in this deep analysis of all the openings, My War has been the victor, is the victor of the best opening
Indeed.
of Attack on Titan. I mean,
Okay.
so
Like animation.
What a journey.
I just don't know.
is it alright? So some final comments, final remarks. So if you've made it through the whole entire video, I really want to thank you because this took a long time to edit. I know I haven't been active for 2 weeks, but this video did take a lot of my time to edit and school and stuff. But thank you so much for watching. I never expected for Red Swan to win, but it is what it is. We broke down every opening and Red Swan is the winner. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next video.
I'm just waiting for the day that the Monkey Titan summons and the flying beluga whale. I'd
Sublime.
be so hyped for that day.